the class. Second of all, let me share this shit. All right, let's get it. Admit, I don't know who that is. Hello, hello. Cancel.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I just muted my mic. I have this fan running.
Okay. All right, cool. Where is? I know I said that junk out. It's starting a bit late. No, I had like 2 people in the queue too, but they left. Hopefully they bounce back pretty quick. There we go. All right, who we got?
That's what happened last time. Like, I know you had said 8, and I had got on. I think I had waited about 8:20 or so, and ended up falling asleep. I started about 8:30, 8:40. I was like, dang. I said 10 more minutes. I said if I had some.
Oh yeah. Sometimes when I do the Zoom, I just load it up where people would be in the queue, and after pretty much they're in the queue basically. I don't start until maybe I have 3-4 people in there, and sometimes I'll just leave it running where I'll accept people and just mute myself until that time.
I was thinking, I was like, dang, maybe he meant 8 Central or whatever, and I was like. So I was trying to stay up, but lately I've been going to bed. Usually I have terrible insomnia. Like I was going to bed 7, 8, sometimes 10 or 11 o'clock in the mornings by the time I actually fell asleep because I couldn't sleep. And now lately I've been going to bed between 8 to 10. Like the latest I've been going to sleep is 10 o'clock. So I started dozing earlier, and I told my mom, I was like, please make sure I get up at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, like with trading, I mean, the best time really to trade is from 3 a.m. to 11 a.m.
I'll be up at 3
Eastern Standard Time. So if you can center your sleep schedule around that time, you're gonna be Gucci. As far as being able to catch moves and stuff. And, I would have started a little earlier, but I was looking at some of my previous Zoom recordings when I was trading and shit with my group. And I looked at that was actually the last one-on-one that I did because a guy had basically reached out earlier today. He's in London, and he had reached out around 3 o'clock, wanting to do one-on-ones and shit. And I was just telling him yo, I got a little new class, that I'm teaching right now. And basically that guy, he did it the last bit, but he only went for 3 weeks. When I first started doing it. So he doesn't have the time, he was in university studying and shit. With the time difference and he was way more advanced than all the other traders who I first started out with, that crew. So he didn't come. And he was like, yo, I'll hit you up once I get out for the semester and I want to live trade because in the Discord pretty much that I was in with 10,000 some people, I used to live trade in there every day. And by me doing that, I interacted with so many people, and they was yo, I can't believe you're able to predict the market so well, and able to make money. So basically I was doing it for 2 months straight, pretty much for free. And the reason why I was doing it was due to the fact of I knew I was going to have a crew of students pretty much under me, trying to get profit also, with trading. And from there, I just wanted to, go in front of, like I said, random complete strangers. And from there, pretty much, get the same results. So what happened,
it works.
Yeah, what ended up happening from there, like everybody was like, yo, like niggas hit me up. I got like over like 600 something messages from like different people talking about, hey, like you gonna trade today? And that's pretty much was like an everyday thing, pretty much.
That's a blessing.
So, damn near I went like 60 for 60. Like every day pretty much I traded, we made money. And so like I helped thousands of people like make money basically for free then. And like I said, it was just pro bono work. And like I said, I was really helping some newbies, but it really wasn't like teaching per se. Like, and that's why like I'm holding this emergency meeting tonight, like just due to the fact of I've been getting like a lot of people like have been like asking me like, you know, about you know, the mechanics of trading, like, hey, like, what about this? Like, what should you look out for? Or, you know, even like in-depth, I guess, questions, you know, about trading. And I don't know if like I made it clear like before like anybody joined, but like this isn't like an actual like take you from step A to Z trading course. Like it's not a trading course at all. It's more so Simon Says, you know, do. Like, so that's why like as far as like the trading, like we were basically supposed to be live trading today, like this morning, but I've been reaching out to people in DMs and, you know, people telling me they're not ready and they're like
that's how I've been
asking me questions and I'm like, whoa, like we're supposed to be like live trading. So I'm trying, well, this tonight, I'm gonna try to give an overview of pretty much the expectations going forward. And, you know, if one of you guys pretty much, you know, did not, I guess, clearly think that this trading, like I said, what we're doing is something else, then like I said, after the meeting or whenever, like I said, I can give you like a full refund pretty much, you know, going forward. But like, yeah, I have not built out a course, you know, to take you from A to Z. Mainly, like I said, the stuff that I gave you guys was like the basics, the videos that I did, like in order to, you know, be able to use the MetaTrader, you know, to be able to place trades. It's sort of like, you know, a person making cotton candy, right? Like, I don't know how you make cotton candy, like as far as like the whole science behind it, but I know how to eat it. And it's the same thing with trading. Like, you don't need to understand like exactly what a pip is. Like, I don't know what a pip, like I know what a pip is, but I don't know how to like count pips like on demand like that. Like yes, I know what they are. Like, you know, if we're looking, if you can look at my cursor right here, like from here, so this is 13,310. And so this is 13,300, right? So in between here, like, yes, it's a 10 pip difference, but see with this being NAS, like it's not measured in, you know, pips. This is measured in points. So what I know about the point system is like whenever pretty much this is measured, like whatever the pip is, like you always got to multiply it by 100. But if you have the measuring tool, as we see right here on TradingView, this shit automatically, you know, it automatically counts it. So kind of think of this as your personal calculator. So this is 19.6 pips right here. But remember, we have to multiply points.
It's only on the PC whenever it shows that, or does it show that?
No, you can do this on your phone too. Yeah, this is on the phone too, but you just have to download TradingView.
Okay.
That's what this website is up here, tradingview.com.
All right, and this is where you said that you like to do your
Yeah, this is where I do all my analysis. I never do my analysis on the terminal. I never do that.
Terminal, but you prefer to do it here because it's
yes, it's way better to me, in my opinion. But now the difference in price, let's say price right here is 13,157, right? Now on the terminal, price might be 13,150. It's like a difference in price. So like you have to be able to notice that difference in the broker price and the MetaTrader price, because like they're not getting their information from the same place.
You said that the gray line, which I can't tell if it's on here or not, but you said the gray line is the ask price, right?
No, that's the bid price, and the ask price should be the red line.
I remember you were saying something about like you go into properties and like you can take it off or whatever. Because see,
Yeah, so no,
hard.
you want to have that on there so you can see what the spread is. Like you see how price is right here. There's this green dot dot dot.
Yeah.
So if I was trying to trade this, right, and again, this is not my broker feed, but if I was trading this, let's say this was the broker, if I wanted to sell this, meaning if I wanted to basically place this trade pretty much to go down, right? If I wanted to place this trade pretty much to go down from this area. Now,
You said down is profit, right? And going up
yes,
is
green is profit, red is stop loss. So
yeah.
this is the stop. As you see, this says stop right here, right? And then this is the target. So this is your take profit, your TP. So if I'm trying to short this, basically meaning I want this to go down. So I'm thinking price is going to go down from this area, you know? What I have to now do is accommodate the spread. Spread is basically going to be the difference in price from actual price to broker price. So by me doing that, right, my broker price
maybe
might be this blue line right here. So you see how it's still right here? It's still, you know, hanging around this area.
Yeah.
My spread might automatically take this trade up here. So where I wanted to get into this perfect trade right here, right? If I'm trying to short this, well, let me just clone this. Boom, boom, boom. Oh shit. Oh damn. Okay. Let me undo that. Boom, boom. All right. Oop. So yeah, if I'm trying to basically you know, get in this trade, now automatically the spread is automatically going to take me up here.
Yeah.
That just is what it is. Like that's the name of the game. Like you gotta accommodate always for spread, even though this might have been, you know, the best opportunity. And actually, since we're trying to short this, the axe line is actually going to be below here. So even though, let's say I knew, you know, this was the optimal area, you know, to short this from, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I can do y'all even one better. Give me 1 second. So let's say we were trying to get here, right? We still see that prices at this green line. Use the replay tool. Okay. So we're trying to short this in this area, right? We want it theoretically to go down from here.
Yes.
So what's going to happen? We're going to have, you know, our predetermined stop loss, and we're also going to have our predetermined take profit. So whenever you're trading with me, the first thing that I tell you to do is set your stop loss. I don't give a fuck about take profit. Like this could be 0. Yeah. But what you need to actually have done is to basically have your stop loss factored, because let's say price was here, right? And let's say price was here and we were trying to get in this trade and price just ran up crazy. Like we set, you know what, we set our take profit down here, but we didn't have no stop loss. So this shit just went completely against us. Absolutely. So when that happens, you're losing money, you're bleeding money, you're hemorrhaging money, and you're messing up your account. And it's live money, so you know you're losing that shit. But by you having a stop loss, when it hit that stop loss, you knocked out. So it saves you. This is your safety net. Use the safety net always. Don't worry about the take profit. The profit will come. But you always want to use your stop loss. That's number 1. That's law. Use a stop loss. That's trading rule number 1. Use a stop loss whenever you trade. But if we're trying to, you know, if we're trying to short this, meaning we're saying that price is going to go down. So in order for us to make money, we basically have to place our trade where price is going to eventually go. So this is the current price right here. So my spread is automatically, even though I know, you know, this is the optimal area I want to get in. Well, let's say up here, right? Let's say this is the optimal area I want to get in. Reason why I'm saying optimal area, we see right here with this wick right here. A wick is formed basically whenever, you know, prices
go up or down,
inducted, you know, by either buyers or sellers. So right here, price was going down. We see this is a red candle. Red candles, as I have it on my charts, because you can change these up any color. But for my charts, I like to think of red as bleeding, right? When I see red, I'm hurting right now. So if I were trying to, make a trade on this going up and this shit, went red, like it's killing my account. Like I just think of, somebody stabbing somebody, straight blood. Like you don't want nothing like that. So that's why I use, red and green. And when I see green, I think, okay, yeah, I'm getting green back. So I'm getting money. So like my money is going up. So when it comes to pretty much, like I said, us doing this trade, we see that right here, it's a wick that was formed because, price was going down. So this a full body candle pretty much means, and that's why I also like the book that I recommended you guys get is the Candlestick Trading Bible. Now you can get that for free. Quick Google search. I'm not giving a link out because that's technically illegal, but it's on the internet for free. Just do some research on your own. Google, boom, boom, boom. You get it for free, right? Instead of paying $60 or $80. So that's really, I think that's the only book you can get for free. The rest of them is about.
Yeah, I downloaded. That's the only one I haven't found in the part 2 of the other one. But I have Audible, so I downloaded all of the other ones on Audible today.
Okay, bet. That's great. So with this, like this is gonna tell you basically how to read the market. That's why that book is really number one in my book. And the psychological book, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, that is every trader's Bible. Like you need to know that book like the back of your hand, pretty much. Like that stuff that you learn, like once you get your mind sharp, like you're gonna be able to like really eat in this, in this charts. Like when it comes to like, you taking a loss, you like, oh yeah, I took a loss. Hey, it is what it is. Like that's life. Like you don't think that the market is
a question about like whenever when you're setting your numbers, like your stop loss or your profits, like how do you usually gauge like where you want those to stop at? Like I guess your margin, I should say, like like you don't just go. I know you don't just jump on there and just go outraged with it and just randomly pick a spot and say, "Oh, down here," and just.
No, that's what I'm telling you. You have to be able to read the candlesticks.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. So
as you do that, that's what I'm telling you. As you read those books, I'm telling you, it will come to you. So that's what I'm explaining. Like right now, like the instance where I was going into the wicks, you see wherever there's wicks, pretty much there's some type of pressure coming in from an opposite direction. So if this was going up, you see wicks, that means it's sellers trying to push this down. You see wicks, that's sellers selling off. Let me move this. Sellers selling off. And you see it just going up. You see it went down here. You see wicks. Buyers are coming in. So it's a forever game of sellers versus buyers. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like, as you understand those candlestick charting patterns, like you're gonna be able to know that, okay, when I see this shit, boom, like it's gonna be a reversal. So as you see this doji right here, this is a doji candle. Yeah. Right. When I see that doji, I know it's a high probability. Hey, we might reverse from this area. So that's exactly what happened. We've seen a reversal. We've seen a doji right here, a reversal. As you see it right here. I mean, look, every time you see a doji, look, reversal. It might not last for long, but hey, that's what happens. So this is where back testing comes in, right? This is where this is so powerful. A lot of people hate back testing, but that's something you're gonna have to do. I sit at these charts 12 hours, sometimes 8 hours, 15 hours in a day. The more you are with the markets, the more you're gonna become familiar and the better of a trader you will be. Same thing we're here, doji candle. It looks like a cross. Like, I mean, it repeats itself, Mm-hmm. Doji candle right here. Reversal. Look how much money you would have made. Boom. If you would have used a 0.1, you would have made $2,000. If you would have used a standard, you would have made $20,000 in the hour.
And so like whenever you think the market, like say you think the candle is gonna turn red or go down, that's where you want to sell rather than buy, right?
Yes, everything is pretty much your indications for your trading plan. If everything is agreeing with how you set up your parameters, then yes, do that. But like I said, I have, like I said, just, little key things that I have learned along the way, pretty much, what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something's oversold. How long have we been running up? I'm looking for the wicks. I'm looking for, candlestick patterns. Like it's so much, that I'm looking for. And number one, I'm trying to decrease my risk when it comes to my trade. So I'm not trying to lose, $1,000, if I only have $3,000 in my account. You also got to be, mindful about, how much is in your account. So that's why I tell you, like, everybody, it was like a few days ago, I had like a 4-hour conversation with a guy in the group. And basically we were talking about, I was like, yeah, like how much, realistically, like you want to make? He was like, oh, like, I just want to make, a quick 400. And like, he's starting off with 3K. So from there, that's doable for him, with trading, with trading US NAS. Yeah. But I told him, I was like, nah, if you would have told me like 2,000, from, 3K, like, nigga, you probably not gonna make that. Only reason is because like you're over leveraging pretty much how much, is in your account versus, how much you want to make. Same way, you want to make, what is it? Same way you want to make $2,000, nigga, you could lose $2,000 real quick. Yeah. That just is how it is, and from there, like, you gotta limit your exposure. So that's what exposure means. Exposure just means your risk. Your risk. Right? So by you doing that, like I said, you're able to, just have a longevity in this game of trading. And everybody, like I said, if you're starting out with $10,000, hey, you can grab a 0.1, right? So a 0.1, again, from here to here, right? You would have made $2,500 in like 3 hours, like with 10K, right? If you, let's say, have a $2,000 account, right? And you're using a 0.1. So again, let's divide that 0.1 by 5. So you would just multiply this, basically just 2,500, times, well, you would divide that by 0.5. And so by you doing that, so this would be what, 2,500, and you would divide that by 5. So now you would only make, $500, if you only had a 2K account. It's all, relative to how much you have in your account, to how much, safely you can, risk per trade. So let's say you have that, let's say we're doing a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio, or let's just say we're doing a 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? So basically what that means is, in our stop loss, pretty much, if we're risking $100, that means if we lose $100. But if we win, we're going to win $500. So that's where this comes in, is risk to reward. See, this right here is what is this? This is a 4.52 risk to reward ratio. But see, something like this, if this was 5, and let me do it, boom, 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 NAS, 5-to-1. So this is what a 5-to-1 on NAS looks like. This is super, super small. So if you guys actually, after we finish this call, if y'all go to my story right now, that's why I was a little late. I was going back in the archives, like I said, when I was doing some one-on-ones. I caught a 1-to-46 risk to reward ratio with NAS, and I also caught a 1-to-36. And that's phenomenal. Anything over a 1-to-3 is excellent. You catch one of these, like a 1-to-50, like, you eating. So basically what that means is you could lose 45 times straight, right? As long as you have the proper risk management. And the instant that you win one time, wipe all of those losses away, and you're up. So that's why having excellent risk to reward management is number 2. That's key. That's rule number 2. Like, you want a number 1, set, your stop, but then you got to have excellent risk to reward ratio. If you can have both of those, hey, you cooking, like you really eating, like you feasting on this shit. So that's what you know, like I said, I try to like give you guys, like I said, you know, when we are doing these trades, it's more so, like I said, me trying to give y'all, you know, the best risk to reward ratio. Like if we take anything, it's going to be like at least like 1 to 3. If it's not 1 to 3, I'm not fucking with it. But getting back to, you know, how I'm looking where I want to set, you know, my stop loss, like with this trade, again, if price was here, right? I'm looking at where selling pressure was coming from. So if I move this down, right, we can see this wick right here. We can see wick from the top, right? We already had this basically, this price pretty much pierced through here. Looks basically like, you know, a waterfall, right? So from there, I'm going to try to get in somewhere back in here, right? As I read my candlesticks, and I'm going to put my stop loss right near where this selling pressure came in. Because if this selling pressure pretty much is no valid, I mean, you know, no longer valid, then what's going to happen is, you know, price is going to shoot up. That's just what's going to happen. Like if it's no sellers in the market, that means people are buying. And if is no buyers in the market, that means people are selling. So you just have to be smart about this. And so if you know, if you're not accounting for spread, even though, like I said, you know, this is the perfect entry we would have liked to got. Now, spread might have us, you know, initially start here. So if we have, you know, our stop loss, we have our stop loss pretty much already predetermined. Oh, actually, never mind. I cloned it. So, okay, so we see that these stop loss pretty much the same thing, right? And if I don't account for this spread, then I know like I could have been right with this play, right? And let me just play this as we go forward. And so you see what happened, right? The instant that I placed this trade because of the spread, as we see, like I said, that's what this, you know, blue line is. The instant that I placed this trade, I automatically lost this trade. So I lost $100 like that quick due to spread. Even though I was right, I mean, it looks like prices, you know, tanking. I lost out due to spread. So, you know, like I said, I would liked to got in there. And had I got in there, look, I would have been eating. So that's how you gotta, you know, look at the market. Number one, like I said, that's a brief synopsis, like about this. Like I said, like it 8 years of learning, and like I said, I literally cannot break it down to you guys like in, you know, in a week or in a month, or, you know, so like it probably take everybody like at least 6 months, like straight learning type shit to you know, get a full understanding. But that's why, you know, the people, like I said, my students who have came and, you know, traded with me before, like they did that outside work on their own. Like I gave them the material, like they learned it. They're looking up videos, like they Googling shit. Like if you're asking, hey, what is a pip? Like that's something you can Google, right? And then let's say if Google, you know, doesn't clarify it that much, be like, hey, Stafford, like
YouTube.
yeah, or you might go YouTube, and then, you know, from there, like if you still don't got, you know, no clarification, hey, holler at me. And I'm like, oh, this is what it is, boom, boom, boom. But like if it's something like you can literally Google, I might screenshot it and send it to you off of Google. So it's just like one of those things, like you gotta, you know, put in the work yourself. And like I said, the people who put in the work themselves with trading, that's why trading reveals the true work, I mean, you know, work ethic of a person. Like the people who are like grinding, like the people who don't mind, you know, sitting on the charts, you know, doing all the little busy work. If you can do that, right, you're going to be able to make a lot of money, because at the end of the day, you don't need nobody but yourself. And that's why I say, like, if you literally look at my video that I posted, I was, like I said, trading with one guy. He had a $2,000 account, right? And in the time that he traded with me, one trade, he made like $1,000 in like less than 2 minutes. And so from there, like that completely like blew that nigga mind. He like, bro, like, nigga, I done made what I done made in, well, what I will make, you know, working in 2 weeks, you know, with you in a few minutes. And like from there, he was like, yo, like, I'm really hungry about this shit. And I had told him my story, like, if you hear me talking about the guy from Norway, that's a guy who I used to be trading with back in the day. Like I said, in my Discord basically member group that I was in. And so from there, the guy was like super confident. He was like, bro, like Nas is about to go down. Trust me. So I done already did my analysis, you know. And I hadn't really traded Nas like that before then. Like this was like I said, a little less than a year ago. And so from there, I was mostly, like I said, a gold person. Like I was only trading gold really. So gold moves good too. Like gold moves a lot, but Nas moves even better. And so does US 30. Like the movements compared to both of them, since they're measuring a point system versus a pip system, is drastic. It's like, you know, you driving a Lamborghini when you're trading Nas versus you driving, let's say, a Toyota Prius when trading gold or anything else. Like it's completely different experience. So from there, he was like, yeah, man, it's about to go down. So I was like, well, shit. I looked at my own analysis. I'm like, man, this shit, like, it's gonna go up. And I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm sure. So like he's speaking like super confident. So I'm like, well, shit. I just threw my analysis out the window. I said, fuck it. I put my little, you know, my stop loss number 1. And basically I took that trade. And when I took that trade, I lost $1,500. Cause like I said, you know, I'm trading with a 6-figure account. And so from there, I'm like, damn, like I lost that trade. I'm like, bro, like, I'm like, Pop, what? I'm like, Pop, like, that's his name. I'm like, Pop, you said, you know, so confidently, like, man, this shit was gonna go up. And this shit just went completely against me. He's like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. Maybe we get the next. And so from there, I traded with this guy probably like 2 more days. And after those 2 days, like I realized, like, you know, he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He was very confident, you know, how they say, like, you gotta have confidence in being wrong and confidence in being right. I'll give him that. He had confidence, right? But
not when it comes to that money.
Yeah, I just knew, like I said, man, if that man was advising a trade, nigga, I was gonna do the opposite. So that's what you hear me and the guy basically on the Zoom call chuckle about. I said, hey, when that nigga said he was going long, nigga, I went short. And when I did, you know, I made 5K. So it just, you know, that's how you gotta kind of play it. Like you gotta, number one, trust yourself. Like even as, you know, I put out the information for you guys to, you know, really take your trading to the next level. Cause like I am developing a course, right? But that shit won't be developed. I mean, that shit won't be done until like November, maybe end of November. I know it's definitely gonna be done before the end of December, because after that, pretty much what I'm gonna do is I'm only gonna trade. And then some of you guys will know, I talked to a few people about this, but I'm going to shut down trading in general with people, just because I'm going to have a select group, like the people who I see like working hard, like during this, like who are like in the premium group. I'm going to have where going into next year, like I'm only trading with those people. So basically, if you're trading, like my goal is I want your account to at least be around 20 to 30K by December. And the reason why I want it like that is because when we are trading going forward from January on, you know, the end of next year, like I'm trying to have it where you at least making $2,000 a day. Like if you're not making $2,000 a day with trading with me, then I really do not want you around. The only reason, I don't mean to, you know, sound like a dick or anything, but I really want the best, you know, from you. And number one, like, you know, $1,500, like that shit not cheap. Like the next group of people, like every time I said I have had a class, I have always went up on price. The price used to be $1,000, right? For the first class. Then it went up to $1,500. Then it's gonna go up to, you know, $2,500. 25. What is it? October, we might be looking at 3,000. So it's just, you know, it's steadily going up. And the reason I have it like that, the information is the same. The trades pretty much are the same. The only thing is I'm phasing out the amount of personalities that I have to deal with on a daily basis. So if I got 50 something people, pretty much, you know, I got to deal with, like, at the end of the day, like I'm like the shepherd and y'all are the sheep pretty much. Like I got to tend to like all of you guys, because when you guys are doing bad, guess who that's making look bad? That's making me look bad. So, you know, I got, like I said, that weight on my shoulders. As far as, like I said, you know, if I'm the teacher, pretty much, hey, we need to be going in the right direction. Yes, losses are gonna go, you know, are gonna come, but I can't be, you know, out here just, you know, completely like, you know, ruin you guys' trading account, because I mean, you could have did that on your own. But going forward, like I said, in January, I'm gonna have a select group, right? I'm gonna have a select group where I'm going to, you know, be, you know, overseeing all of this stuff. Like y'all guys gotta, you know, like I said, y'all guys gotta show me that, number one, you're committed. You're wanting to be here. You're down with, you know, adjusting your stop loss to make money. Like you're being profitable. You're taking these trades pretty much that I'm giving. Because like last time, what happened was, like with the first group, it was all good until like a month ago. And I mean, a month and a half went by, so everybody was making money. And so what ended up happening, you know, the news with the war came out with Russia and stuff. And so from there, people were like getting scared when it came to like trades, because like we were going in a rough patch, like we were losing a lot of trades. And so from there, people just got gun shy, like they weren't taking trades. And I'd be like, yo, this trade ran for 1 to 12. Who took it? I had like 8 people in there. I was the only one who damn near took it. And I'm like, what are y'all guys in the call for? You know, I done provided the analysis. Like I get, you know, the last 2 weeks might have been, you know, having us gun shy, but we need to be pulling the trigger. You need to be pulling the trigger every time, you know, I say pull the trigger. And so from there, yeah, it continued about another 2 weeks. And I was like, yo, like nobody's pretty much taking these trades. I mean, and to be fair, like it was like maybe like 2 people taking the trades consistently. And from there, like, let's say we might incur 2 losses, right? 2 losses off the back. And what some people were doing, some people were leaving a Zoom call. In the instance that they would leave the Zoom call, we get a 1 to 5, wipe out all those losses. And so then people got disgruntled saying, hey, like, I left before, like, you guys like caught this trade then. So I was like, yo, like, you got to be consistent. That's where like the mental toughness must come in. Like, even though you are losing, don't take this shit personal. The market's not against you. Like sometimes you got to go, you know, in where you lose, let's say 6 times in a row. But the thing is, you got to have your risk management, right? Where you're risking pretty much the same thing every time. So when you do take those little losses, you'll be okay. Because like I said, the instant, you know, we start winning, we catch those 1 to 12s, those 1 to 15s, those 1 to 20s, those 1 to 40s, like that's going to build your account up. So you can't be too greedy also, just because you're winning. Let's say I was using a 0.1 lot size, right? Every time, that's a mini. Let's say I keep winning. I'm like, well, shit, let me move to a 0.5. Like you don't want to do that if your account cannot handle that, because you also got to think like, if I'm really risking, instead of 1% on my account, if I'm really risking 5%, I mean, let's say I lose 5 times in a row, that's 25% of my account. If I had, you know, if I had, what is $100,000 in my account, you know, I damn near done lost $25,000 that quick by 5 losses, versus if I would have just been risking 1% every time, I only lost 5,000. So that's how you got to kind of think about it in this long run when it comes to trading. Like you just can't be, you know, so greedy, you know, in the beginning. Like when you get, like I said, the knowledge, I'll probably say like about after 6 months to 8 months, like then you can start doing something like that. Like you can have your picks and chooses. It's ways to do, you know, it's ways to increase your money. Like if you start out with a win, let's say you are up 1%. Now, the next trade, what you can do, instead of just doing 1%, you might do 2%. The reason why you do 2%, you're risking 2% is because, okay, I'm already up 1% for the day, right? And so I would have been risking 1%. And if I risk this 1%, pretty much, if I lose it, pretty much I'm break even. So it's essentially like I haven't lost anything for the day because I already made 1% on my account. But now if I risk 2%, and let's say instead of losing, let's say I now win that trade, right? So what's going to happen is for the day, you're going to come away with 3%, right? But on the flip side, if you were to lose that trade, it's essentially like you only losing 1% out of your account. So that's how you got to be smart when it comes to trading. Like you got to assess pretty much how much money you already done won for the day, and then you can, risk that money. That's how you can do that. You can risk that money in the trade. And so from there, like it's not really killing your account if you, don't end up having, the success that you would want to have. And from there, like I said, around January, we're going to be going forward with the select few, because like I said, I got some big things planned, like what I want to do. Like I said, I told some people about this before, some people in the group. I want to film this shit. Like I said, I film everything, like every video, like when we be trading, I film it all, got it all. Because like I said, like in the video, like you hear on my story, like if I don't film it, people are going to say, oh, you're capped, like you're using a replay tool. Like that's what I'm using right now is a replay tool. So that's how we're able, if I push this, I let this play and go forward, what's going to happen is this is going to print. Like, it's a lot of traders online who will use this and be like, oh, I took this trade. And it'd be so capped because like they're using a replay tool. But we don't use replay tools over here. Everything is done live. And like I said, that's why when it comes to trading, like the people who actually have traded with me and the people, like I said, who have seen me trade, those people know, like I said, I'm legit. I don't want to toot my own horn, but it is what it is. But like with this going forward, like I said, January, I want to have it, like I said, where we're recording this stuff. Like I want this shit to be like a damn near documentary, like how Kanye had the documentary done on him. Like I want to be able to maybe in the future put this second group, let's say on Netflix or something, record this for a Netflix original, From Trapping to Trading, as a title. Something like that, something catchy, where people know like, okay, well, damn, like this person looks like me and he made it, trading, and now he has reached back to help others. So that's what, this initiative, like, that's why I want to do it. Like, I know some people are like, okay, well, even though, you're charging this, like, it should be way more expensive just due to the fact of, how much like time you're putting in, because it's nothing for me to get on the charts and make $1,000, $2,000 like that real quick. Now, if you think about it from a time standpoint, right? With the trade, and let's say I'm giving, let's say 3 hours pretty much a day to vote in that Monday through Friday, right? So 3 hours for that, that's 15 hours a day, 15 times 4 weeks. You're looking at, what is that, 60 hours? So that's 60 hours also of me interacting with a different person. Now, if I get on the charts and I can make $2,000, like I said, let's say in 5 minutes, right? It comes to the point of like, I'm severely undercharging myself if for your dues for the month, if I'm charging $1,500, like I basically have to deal with you additional, I don't want to say damn near 60 hours, but additional at minimum, let's just say, I don't know, let's say 59 hours and 45 minutes, because I can make 2K in like 15 minutes. So from there, it's just like, you get to that point of like, damn, like my time is actually way more expensive than like what it is. And from what, like I said, I'm tutoring, and lecturing, you guys from. And from there, you just got to kind of like just sit back and think. So that's why I said like in January, like the real trade-off for me is if I can have some of you guys come up here, right? And you guys can also make 100K. right? And from there, basically be able to duplicate the results. You know, that's something, like I said, I would feel proud about. Like next year, I'm going to enter this worldwide trading competition. I would have did it this year, but I found out too late about it. But yeah, that's going to be my goal for next year, is pretty much to win. Like if I compare my accounts to some of the people who are already in it, like I'm damn near like top 3 right now from like what they've been trading. Because basically you have to take $5,000 and basically you have to flip that. And the only person who's like up right now, who's like in first place, is like up 200%. So basically, you know, he's sitting around like, you know, 25K. And so from there, he only made $20,000 on that. But what I'm gonna do, like I said, you know, with you guys is I'm gonna either start with like 2,000, or I'm gonna start with 3,000 pretty much when we start our live trading. And pretty much I'm gonna try to flip that to 30 to 60K, like I said, in 2 months. And these people basically have a full year to end up doing that. So if I can basically walk them down for my amount, then I know, like within my heart, like, you know, I could have won that trading competition had I entered the same time they did. But only reason, like I said, I'm not entering this because I only got 5 months left out the year. And like I said, I didn't find out about it until late. But that's going to be what, you know, I want to do. Like when I was in school, like I went to, you know, mathalon competitions, you know, out of the state, out of the nation, you know, national actual forestry, FFA, you know, competitions, you know, placed nationally. Like that's stuff that I want to do. Like I didn't get a national championship, you know, in college football, but, you know, I want to, you know, win a national, you know, or not a national, a worldwide trading competition. So like, even if I come top 3, hell, I'm good. It's 8 billion people in the world. And I just want to come, like I said, you know, I want to win. Number one, finishing number 1 is going to be, you know, that's going to be goal number 1. But even if I can get top 3, I still feel, you know, pretty damn good about that. But that's going to be my number 1 goal next year. And then the second goal after that pretty much is like, you know, have you guys, like I said, the select few who are, you know, worthy at the end of the year to be able to trade. And like I said, you know, I want to watch you guys, you know, make your first 100,000. Like the guy who I had on my story, like when that nigga made $1,000 in like 2 minutes, I'm telling you, like you should have just seen guys' eyes. He's like, bro, I can't believe this shit. I can't believe this shit. And I was like, bro, like you got 20 trading days out the month. You know, if you make $1,000 a day, that's 20 grand. And, you know, a lot of people are called, you know, trading cap, but like I done did it. Like it's not false. It's not, you know, nothing that one person can't do. Like anybody can do it. Actually, Linda, the girl in the chat, she took $3,000 and she made $50,000. Like you can ask her. And a matter of fact, if you go to my Facebook, you got to scroll. It's like one of those lives. It's like maybe an hour or so long. But yeah, I recorded her and, you know, she gave her story, like, you know, how she got into, you know, trading and everything, how she did that with trading Tesla. So it's a lot of people making money in this sector, but you just got to be hungry. You got to be consistent. Like you got to know, like deep down that, okay, like, you know, when it comes to this trading, like I'm not going to give up. If I lose some money, I'm not going to give up. I charge that to, you know, the learning university. You got to charge that to trading university. Like every loss you take, you know, you just got to keep getting up and keep going, because I promise you, like I said, there's people out here getting real money, and it don't take an in-depth knowledge to, you know, be able to get money. Like, you know, even though, like I said, it took me 8 years. Well, it didn't take me 8 years. It took me 2 years pretty much of learning. And then after that, I got into the crypto markets and did my crypto markets, like, you know, until like 2020. And then, like I said, I'm new to Forex. I'm not super new, but I only been, you know, in this shit for like maybe like a year and like 7 months now. And so from there, like I said, it don't take no time pretty much, as long as you know what you're doing. Like the one thing about me, and when I compare myself to the average person, my understanding of technical analysis. So technical analysis is basically the ability to be able to read the charts. I got that. If I see somebody and like I said, I'm in a room with them, it could be Warren Buffett or whoever. I trust my, technical analysis over theirs because I feel like, and like I said, I know just because of the blood, sweat, and tears, that I done put in along this journey, like that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to trading. And so you got to have, like I said, an excellent, like I said, understanding in that if you're going to be able to, go far. And so for you guys, like I said, you're going to have to read those books I gave y'all for the suggestions and, just never stop learning. Know what this trading, like you always can learn. Like it's people who, like I said, are younger than me, who, might have questions and be like, hey, yo, I'm looking at this method. I seen such and such method on YouTube. What do you think about it? And, if I see it and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Let me look at that. And I might go do some research on it, go home, go get on Google, go get on YouTube and, YouTube University, man, that's where dreams are made. But yeah, go on there and, get a great understanding of, this new technique. And I might, implement that in my arsenal. So that's what you want to have. You want to have where, you're real dangerous when it comes to this trading because like so much. It's not just one way to skin, a cat when it comes to trading. Like it's multiple ways, that you can really make money. So it's all about you at the end of the day. Yes, I can, give you these pointers, these tips, but at the end of the day, like you also gonna have to put in, your own work. And as you put in your own work, like now you have your own trading plan. And really that's what you guys would need to do. Like after, like I said, I dropped that course, like eventually, like, yeah, you can make money like off of, like I said, off of me, but eventually, you want to be able to get your own trading plan where, you can replicate yourself because, what happens, God forbid something happened to me and, I'm no longer here. And where you were making a lot of money with me here, I'm gone and now, you can't feed yourself. So that's why, you got to be able to fish. And the first screenshot that I put up above my story, like I said, the guy from Italy, he basically was talking about, hey, I really don't, I like the signals, but, I really, would like to, learn how to fish. So like I said, I've been had him under my wing for a little minute now, but yeah, you just gonna have to put in the work. And like I get same material that I gave y'all. Guess what? He read the same books. He came to me after he read them books. As a matter of fact, he didn't come to me after he read them one time. He read them twice. So anything pretty much that I'm giving you, like if you are really dedicated, you're not just gonna watch it one time. Like the videos I uploaded, man, you should have watched some things like 2, maybe 3 times. And that's something like I had to do back in the day. Like if I would see a video, I read a book, I might read it 2, 3 times, to get a good understanding. I got this from Dom Kennedy. Like you want to be able to overstand it, if that's, a word. Like you don't want to understand it, you want to overstand it. So like when and that's what, you want to do with this trading. You always, like I said, want to be applying yourself and, just trying to get more, out the game and increase, your mental capacity, like I said, for what you need when it comes to trading. And, just always keep your psychology sharp where when, you do incur those losses, be willing to, cut those trades. And I also know like, okay, if I got in this trade way back here, right? They say what comes up must eventually go down, right? So let's say if I got in this trade right here and I just let this shit keep riding, and I never took a profit, right? I never took a profit, right? Look what price did. Price came and knocked me out this trade. Now I might have been up $60,000. And you got some people like that. You got some people like that when it comes to trading, like they have a greed, like where they'll be up big profits. And you got to know like, yo, like when price pushes, hey, such and such amount, hey, I'm gonna look to pull me some profits off the table. And so from there, you're able to, secure profits and, keep going. But this person, God bless them. This person, whoever took this trade, you know, they ended up losing money. Hell, they might have lost all the way down the hill. When they was up 60,000 and lost, you know, let's say 10. So you also got to be smart about that. Like when it comes to this trading, don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. That's why you got to have your number. But yeah, like I said, this was an emergency meeting pretty much to, you know, reset some people's expectations because, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, this is not like a full on, like me teaching you like 8, you know, plus years of work. Cause I promise you, like something like that's like a real mentorship. Like something like that, it's people out here in the industry who are charging like $20,000 for 3 hours. No lie, $20,000 for 3 hours. Would you pay it? I don't know. It just depends on, you know, the person. Like Warren Buffett, if you want to go to his Berkshire meeting, right? That's done like a 3-day weekend, like I forgot, I think it's like in Omaha or something like that. But like that's gonna run you. But the thing is, like, you're gonna meet some very powerful, you know, men, some billionaires, millionaires, you know, everybody in there pretty much has motion going on in their life. So you got to kind of think about it like, dang, like would I pay, let's say 10K, 20K just to be there? And so from there, it's the same thing like with these mentorships, when you actually have people, you know, who are actually, you know, full-fledged traders, like, hey, would I pay $150,000 to have a day with the trader George Soros? If you don't know George Soros, his name starts with a Z-O-R-O-S, George Soros. If you don't know him, he's the greatest trader that ever lived. Greatest trader that ever lived. You know, you have the people like Warren Buffett, but it's people, like I said, who are above them when it comes to, you know, day trading. And so like George Soros, he was one of those people. Like 150K to be with a guy who's made a couple of $1 billion, you know, day trading. Yeah, that's a good price to pay. And the same thing is like, you know, like when it comes, like I said, this membership, like I said, with what I got going on with y'all, like, yes, some people might see it as, oh, dang, like, you know, this 1,500 is a lot, but I promise you, it's not. Like when you think about it, the grand scheme of things, when you break down the time, like, you know, all of that, like, it's very small amount, very, very small amount. And like I said, you know, you guys, you know, as you get up in rank, you know, let's say you done made, let's say you made $50,000 where you got to burn, or you want to invest 50K, you know, to keep your education pretty much going. That's something that you can do. And like, that's what I plan on doing, like, you know, doing some, you know, mentorships like in the future next year. Once everything, you know, gets back open. And like these events, you know, start happening due to COVID and monkeypox. But from there, you always like, you know, got to be investing in yourself to, you know, keep that motion going. Because just because like I'm self-taught and I, you know, I haven't had a mentor pretty much, you know, teach me all of this stuff. Like a mentor, instead of, let's say, you know, 5 years, somebody might have could have cut that down to 1.5 years. So in this game, we all know time is money. And so by me investing the money, like I could have got my time, which I could have used to, you know, make even more money. And I say this, like with crypto, right? I made what, a little over 300 something thousand, like 370. And if I had been able to basically buy and sell crypto, like when I was trading crypto back in the day, when I got started back in 2015, early 2015, I was only able to go long, meaning I was only able to buy. So if I knew this was a good price, I could only buy and I could hold and I can sell. I couldn't make money on the price going down, right? I couldn't make money on the price going down. Had I been able to do that, I would have easily, you know, been up a couple 7 figures. Because like I said, I know the technical analysis, just I wasn't able to with the mechanicals of my trading that I was using. And so now, like, you know, you guys, like I said, are fortunate because, like I said, with this market, like you can make money, you know, with price going up, you can make money with price going down. So the excellent traders is some people who say, oh, well, I only short. or, oh, I only buy. Stay away from those people because those people don't know how to trade. If you know how to trade, you should be able to make money going up. You should be able to make money going down. I have never, well, not never, but it's hardly ever a day where I come to the market and be like, okay, I can't make money today. Now, if the market is moving sideways, it's sometimes like during a bank holiday where you might see like prices like, if I can just zoom out, where prices pretty much is going something like this, very shallow. It's like not making any big moves. Like, okay, you can't trade those days. But days where you see like any motion going on, like this is motion. You can make money in this. You can make money in this, right? You can make money in this. This is another little trade. You can make money with this. Look, perfectly tapped in, boom, big trade. This was a what? 1 to 37. This trade, I think I got stopped out. Yeah, I got stopped out. It is what it is. But so with this, yeah, you can always make money. Like it's nothing new when it comes to this trading. Here's another one. Boom. What's this? 1 to 3. It's 1 to 3. Like I said, that was using, a big stop loss. Or to had it, let's say, at this swing low. Down here, that'd been 1 to 5.6. It is what it is. Like I said, it doesn't take, like I said, a rocket scientist, to be able to make money in this market. It just doesn't. You just, like I said, have to, know what you know, and from there, pretty much be able to apply it. And after that, world is yours. But like number one, like I said, you guys got to understand, like, even though, like I said, there's a lot of information get thrown at y'all gonna have to like power through it. You gotta power through it. You gotta keep reading. You gotta keep watching videos. You gotta keep Googling, because I promise you, the people who do, like, you're gonna be able to make a lot of money when it comes to trading. And you can't give up, number one. Number two, you can't give up. Always believe in yourself and just know, like, hey, if Stafford can do this, like, I can do this. Even though I got 3 degrees, you don't need any degrees. Like, had I known about trading back in the day, which, like I said, before I started college, I wouldn't probably even went to college at all. It doesn't take me going to college, and maybe you didn't go to college, or you didn't, complete a high academic, degree, or from there, like, you don't need none of that. Like, you just have to be able to, number one, interpret the market on your own terms. And if your method pretty much, is verified, is bulletproof tested, hey, you're gonna be able to make money. Promise you, it does not take a rocket scientist to be able to do this. As far as understanding how to count pips, it's like you trying to multiply 15,000 times 875 divided by 3, right? If I'm trying to do that in my head, why would I do that in my head if I got a calculator on my phone that can easily do that with, the press of a button? Same thing like pips, right? Yeah, I might, want to know about pips, but I got this tool right here. Boom, it's quick. How many points? That's 17,460. How do I know that? Well, whenever I see this amount, I just multiply that by 10. Or what I could have did was multiply this. This is the actual pip amount. 174.6 times 100. That's going to give me 17,460. It's like that when you use your tools. Use the tools that are provided for you, and you will not be wrong. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just go ahead and just like I said, take baby steps. I'm gonna give out y'all some information as we go along, But the main thing is, like, you guys need to be able to enter and exit these trades. You need to know what a stop loss is. This is a stop loss. Stop loss basically means like the link says, like, whenever price pretty much pushes here, this is your cushion. This is your entry line right here. This is your stop loss. This top line is your take profit. So whenever pretty much price hits here, I just lost this trade. If I placed this trade right here, this is at the beginning, I lost this trade. If I put it right here, okay, I started here. This is my trade. From here, price pushed up, pushed up, pushed up. I'm still good because if we zoom in, right, this never pierced or never touched the stop loss. Versus had I ended up, you see what happened? The instant this hit, see that line? Boom. Little dotted line right there. Changes colors too. Let you know stop loss has been hit. Boom, stop loss has been hit. You lost this trade. So that's how, you want to be able to, that's how you want to be able to, identify this. Same thing with this. You see this line right here? Take profit, smashed. See no line? Take profit, not smash. Line, boom. You hit the take profit. It's a good trade. Same thing right here. This is a short tool. Boom. Short, long. We're going long. Longs will always have their stop losses at the bottom because we're anticipating, price to go up. Same thing for the short. We're anticipating, price to go down. Think of this as your anchor. The bottom of it will always be your anchor. Boom. Like I said, it's like I said, Google, YouTube, all this has infinite, knowledge. When I first started, there was no knowledge on the internet hardly, but now it's infinite knowledge, on YouTube University. Like that's why it took me so dang long because just scourging, having to be able to Google, like if you can Google correctly, man, that is a life skill. If you can use Google correctly, that is a life skill that can take you far. Being proficient in Google and, being able, knowing when to ask, the right questions, pushing the right buttons. But does anybody have any questions? Because I really do want to hear you guys' feedback or, know what you guys are thinking from this standpoint. Because like I said, that's why I call this emergency meeting, just to, do a temperature check and kind of let you guys know, what it is. I don't want you guys, like I said, thinking that, this was completely different than what it was, because I'm telling you, if this was us just teaching, I would literally need probably 6 months with you guys. For real, for real. But you guys have the floor to speak. You can unmute yourselves. If you had any questions or anything pretty much that you want to address, concerns going forward, questions maybe even about, let's say, the future mentorship, like I said, starting in January, this criteria, whatever, like I said, you guys have questions about, I am here to answer those. And for the people who, couldn't attend this, like I said, I told them pretty much, I was going to record it. That's why it's being recorded. And from there, they'll be uploaded and be able to see this also.
I think you explained everything in depth, man. Everything was real good.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What did the Ray think? I meant to ask you that.
He said it was good, man. He said I think he's ready to get going. I just gotta give you his number, and you guys can set up whatever you want to set up tomorrow, I guess, or you reach out and touch bases with him.
Yeah, that was the thing. That's what I had meant to say. When we were on the call, about that. Only reason I really would allow him to come in for this month is just because we haven't started.
Right.
If we had been started, I would just told him yo, we're gonna have to do next month or something. But,
yeah, well, he behind, bro.
Yeah, but that's why if like I said, if he's willing to work, put in the work, like I said, to catch up, we not even that far. Like I said, ahead, we only got what, three videos out right now. Maybe a total of, well, this will be 6 hours. I think this has been going on a little minute, but let's say 6 hours of content. Pretty much, if he can digest everything,
and have some motion. Let's say he didn't even start Wednesday. Let's say he did Friday or maybe like next week. Like you really just want to get started because the faster you can get started, faster, like I said, you can start building that account. And number one, like the account pretty much is the motive. Like getting money is the motive. Like so if he, like I said, he's willing to put in that work, he's motivated, and I know he said he has a trading background too. So oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he might be straight. Yeah, I forgot about that. He might be straight. Yeah,
He should be straight, man. Because I think he used to trade with Bitcoin a lot. So
yeah. That's what he told him. That's what I said. Yeah, if he can do that, he gonna be straight. If he could trade Bitcoin, like I said, he wasn't able to, use a margin account pretty much to buy and sell. Like this is gonna be, like I said, real, mind blowing with him, and especially like he'll be able to know, okay, like when I was trading Bitcoin, like I don't need, $20,000 to control one Bitcoin. Oh, I can get 10 of them for maybe only $3,000 in my account.
Right.
So that's, but if you're gonna do that, like I was in my story, like when I was talking to the guy, like what I used to do on the weekends, I would, with my 6-figure account, what I would do, I would buy 10 Bitcoin, right? And from there, basically, if Bitcoin went down $200, that's $2,000 made for the day. And with that, like, you also got to be thinking, like, let's say Bitcoin, actually, let me turn on the chart real quick. So with Bitcoin, right, we're going to use the same measuring tool. Now, let's say I bought them 10 Bitcoin and it went opposite direction without a stop loss, right?
We looking at each of those Bitcoin, damn near losing $553 pretty much. So if you got to multiply that by 10, $5,500 you done lost. So so you gotta damn near have a good sniper entry. Like if I was trying to look at this, I'll be seeing, okay, wicks. Maybe this might be a rejection level. Okay. From there, boom. Let me just draw that across. Boom, boom. From there, hey man, let me short this. Let me put, okay, I only might want to risk $100 per Bitcoin, right? Or let's say 200 would spread. Let's say I want to risk 200. Because even though I might want, this might be, the optimal area I want to get in, spread is a motherfucker. And when we trade in with Bitcoin, we're automatically going to be $80 in drawdown. That's just, how our broker operates. So yeah, it's going to be something like right there. So that's where, that's where we'd be. Again, we still, almost got that, 100 pips, our original 100 pips. So that's how, you gotta kind of, you gotta think about this shit on the fly. Like, I know this is, like I said, this blue line is the optimal area I want to get in, but I know I'm gonna have some spread, happen. But now, I also need to add, even though, like I said, this is the optimal area, I need to add me some cushion when I enter this spread, because like I said, I'm automatically going to be in drawdown due to spread. So that's how you want to, get, like, even if we had, let me just clone this real quick. Boom, boom. All right, boom. Let me delete this one. So even with this trade, right, as we're looking at this, this one right here, this was the optimal entry, but we ended up getting in here due to spread. And from there, we were still good. And, we just let this trade run. So again, if this was, $466, per Bitcoin, if we grab 10 of them, we just made, $4,600. And so, we only risk, let's say if we would have lost this, we would have lost 2,000. So, that's how you got to, kind of play that game.
But yeah, it's all about, number one, like I said, being smart, being able to read the chart. And like I said, just put in that extra work. If you can put in that extra work, like you're going to be able to recognize, a lot of stuff, going forward in the future. And yeah, like I said, if he can bring over, what he learned with trading Bitcoin, like, hey, this will be a seamless transition for him. Like I got started, like I said, with trading Bitcoin. I wanted to trade stocks, but in order to trade stocks, you got to have $25,000 to be able to day trade stocks. Or you get hit with the PDT rule, which basically states that since you don't have $25,000 in your account, you can only trade, 4 times, out the week. And if you know anything with trading, like the more times you trade, the more times you make money. So if you don't have no money really, big money to really make, no money in stocks, like you're not gonna be able to make anything versus, with crypto, you can get started with $50 if you wanted to. Same thing like with Forex. If you want to get started in Forex, you might only need 100, depending on your broker. Some brokers, you might only need 50. But like I said, the more days, you're able to, get these little wins and compound your account, that's how, your account starts, grow to a big amount. And that's what, like I said, going forward in, January, like I said, I'm gonna have the selected members, like the people who in premium, like that's why premium is important. Like you being eligible to, go to that next level, because after January, hey, like a lot of people on their own. And from there, like I said, I'm gonna drop, like I said, that course, and people can be able to, go forward and, go through that, watch it a couple of times and, get understanding and, how to use these indicators, how to, put the ones and twos, be able to make trades. But you also, like I said, want to be able to, do the work your own self. But like I said, those chosen few, we really gonna try to run it up, going into 2023. And that's why, like I said, it's important. Like I said, you're here pretty much. You're taking these trades, and number one, like I said, you're just being open to being committed. Like I said, this is a road, like I said, where, like I said, you can make a lot of money, but like I said, you have to be committed when you're, taking these losses. I mean, everybody kiki, ha, 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 when you're making money. But the instance, let's say you lose 1,000, you might lose 1,500, or lose 3,000, lose 4,000, lose 7,000, lose 15,000. Like you gotta know, like, okay, well, dang, I lost this money, but what if I would have made that money? So you also gotta, kind of turn your negatives into positives, and you just gotta, just keep coming, being consistent, and just keep staying true. You know why you're here. Everybody knows why they're here. I know why I was here with trading. I wanted to work for myself because I got tired of fucking bosses. Like, I can't take off when I want to take off. I hate coming in, doing all this manual labor, not getting paid, what I think I'm worth. You get paid by you showing up. You don't show up, you don't get paid. It's as simple as that. That's why I say the people who are self-starters, like the people who are very independent when it comes to trading, like these are going to be the people who excel when it comes to trading. Now, the people who are lazy, hey, those are going to be the people not making nothing. But the people who are consistent, dedicated, those are going to be the people grinding it up. Those are going to be the people leveling up. And then soon, like I said, y'all all going to be in y'all penthouses. Like, it just is what it is, taking trips, buying nice things, doing all this stuff, able to give back to people. Like from there, like I said, you'll see a complete difference. And people will notice that around you, be like, yo, what's this person doing? What's like, whoa, how is he there? How's she there? Like, oh, like, dang, they done bought a mansion, or they might got a Maybach, or, just some stuff like that, you're able to, really live life on your own terms. So that's why I love trading, not even like, it being mobile. It's just like, man, not having to, like I said, see a boss, do what you want to do, wake up when you want to wake up. It's all on you, but you just know, like, hey, I got to put in the work. Like, you can't be snowbirding it every day. Like, just thinking that, okay, I'm gonna wake up and make money. Nah, I don't work like that. I told y'all the best time for trading, 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? To 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the overlap. That's when 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when London, that's their 8 o'clock. So they get the trading ball started off, rolling. And from there, what ends up happening,
9 o'clock, that's when what? US, that's when they start. But the thing about that is, everything goes in the 8-hour increment. Like, our work days are usually 8 hours. So from 3 to 11, those people, in the UK, across seas, Europe, they're still working. And after 11, after they get off, that's when a lot of the volume leaves the market, meaning a lot of the money leaves the market, even though it's still, money with the US. The best overlap is from 9 o'clock to 11. So most companies usually make the lion's share of their money within that first 35 minutes to an hour from the opening bell at 9. And then, they proceed to, do their thing. And, at 5, pretty much, that's when they shut it down. So 9 to 5, they shut it down. And then the markets close for an hour to reset, recalibrate. And at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, that's when the Asian session starts it off. So them in Australia, that's when they start trading. And that basically goes from what? 6 to 3. Well, 6 to 2. Yeah, 6 to 3. And so that's, how the market operates. So, but the best time, you're going to get all the big moves. Look at this. What you're seeing right here. This is 3 o'clock, right? So this is going into, so from 2 a.m., that's what you're seeing down here, 2 a.m., right? 3 o'clock, you see this massive run up. Boom, 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 boom. Look at the time, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Look what happens at 8. Boom, crash. 8 to 11. This is a good move you could have caught. This is 6. This little dotted line is pretty much dotted blue line right here. You see the reset. So the market got closed. This is 5 o'clock military time if you're looking at it. And from there, hey, it moves a lot flat. But like I said, these big moves that you see, look, 7 o'clock, look what happened. Opening bell, boom. Big moves. Could have made a lot of money right here. Same thing right here. 2 o'clock, going into 2. I wonder what time this is. 12 o'clock, okay. The open. So this is the Asian session open. Look what happened. Big moves. I told y'all guys, big money happens. First 35 minutes to an hour. Boom. And again, this on this 4-minute candle. We see right here, opening bell, 9 o'clock. Look what happened. Big run up. If you would have used a standard with this, guess how much money you would have made? $77,000 in 3 hours. And in order to open up a trade like that, you would have needed about $7,000 in your account to open up a standard. But had you been able, to open that thing up, $77,000 made in, like I said, 3 hours. Even if you use the 0.1, that's still $7,000 or almost $8,000 you would have made. You could have opened up a 0.1 with $618 in your account. Small amount. What time is this? From 9 o'clock, we had the run up. Boom, 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 run up. Then run down. This is a fake out. People thought it was gonna go up.
4-hour fakey, right?
You thought this shit was gonna keep going. Psych. So if you had got in down here and you didn't take your profit, you was big mad because now you done lost that trade. That's all you gotta take your profit. Take your profit. Look at this, 9 o'clock. Look what happened. Big run up. I mean, literally in minutes. What is this? An hour? Another $7,000 if you would have used the 0.1. Another $77,000 if you would have used, a standard lot size with Nas. Oh no, this is Bitcoin. My bad. Oh, no wonder. Okay, wait. Well, yeah, it's the same shit though. Same shit. So we were looking at Nas. Damn, I thought we was looking at Nas all the time. Shit. It's the same shit. Same shit, different total. Look at this. Opening bell. Boom. Fake out. Back up. Psych. Like, you would have made a lot of money with this. I mean, even with this, right? Boom. That's $2,000 you would have made with a 0.1, right? In 56 minutes. And this would have been $23,000 pretty much, you know, you would have made if you used the standard. Same thing here. Could have made money going up. Boom. Okay. From there, made money going back down. Boom. $21,760 if you were to use the standard. $2,176 if you were to use the 0.1. Again, if you were precise with this, I mean, you could have let this slide. If let's say you got this entry right here, right at the open of this candle. Let's say price went up to there. You would have used the 0.1. I mean, you would only risk $80, right? To make 2,100. It's a good risk to reward ratio. Well, let's say you even risk 200 to make 2,000. That's still 10-to-1 risk to reward ratio. It's excellent. So that's why, you know, when it comes to trading, look, 3 o'clock. That's what I was telling you, magical 3 o'clock. Look what happened. London came in. Look what happened to price. Price shot up. Look what happened? US stepped in. Look what they did. Shot it up. Just imagine if you could have been, you know, fortunate to be in the market at 3 o'clock. Boom. You might have been in drawdown $110, right? Let's say 1,000 if you're using the standard, right? Look how far this ran up. So if you would have used the 0.1, that would have been $4,122. Again, this is in 13 hours. If you would have used a standard lot size, and all standard lot size means is a 1. So it would be a 1.00 if you're entering it with Nas. And with our broker, due to the contract size, you would have made $220. Because again, remember, you got to multiply this 412.2 times 100. Then you got to multiply that times the lot size, which in this case would be 1, which would be $41,220. See how much money you can make? And again, you only needed $7,000 in your account basically to make this trade. So imagine starting the day off with $7,000, right? And finishing off, you know, $48,220. You know, you have essentially made in 13 hours what most people don't make in a year, from the comfort of your own home, behind a computer screen, not doing any manual labor. This is a thinking game. But again, it comes with practice. Comes with practice. Can anybody tell me what I did wrong here with this trade? Just look at the time.
It's that stop loss.
Yeah. Well, I know I got a tight stop loss, but I'm saying as far as time. We were just talking about, you know, it being 9 o'clock. 9 to 11 is really the best trading time. Can anybody see what I did wrong? Okay. Guess not. Well, as we see this dotted line, this horizontal line straight up is, well, right now it's at 11 o'clock, right? So after 11 o'clock, that's when pretty much, you know, a lot of the volume dries up. That's why you see right here, this is a volume indicator at the bottom. So you see it's very small, very small, very small until about 9 o'clock. They get very big compared to these other ones. So that means a lot of movement is happening in the market. And what happened right here was I thought, shit, I got in at 10. Instead of me getting in at this area, I should have, just roll with the wave and, let something play out. And from there, what I should have been entering as we look from here to here, right? Look at that. When this open, where this happened, we have selling pressure come in, pressure end up fighting above. I should have entered this trade right here. Let's dot a line and roll it up to the top instead of trying to short this. And that's a little small loss, even though it's a very small loss, should have been a win. So that's what I did wrong with that trade. Number one, the time, like you don't want to be trading out the time zone. Like I told you, the best trading is from 3, right? From 3 to 11. It's a good trade. I mean, if anything haven't happened then, I mean, at that point, pretty much it's a done deal. Same thing right here. Look, 9 o'clock, boom. Look what happened at 9. Price dipped below, pushed up. This was an excellent trade. Literally no drawdown. As you see right here, no drawdown. Barely touched that line. So I drew this, as you see, like right here, but just to get a clean, and then this right here is very advanced. So don't even try to understand what's going on right now. There's a little yellow box. I'll go into depth on that, like I said, when we have the trading course pretty much getting done up. But yeah, don't even worry about that. But as you see right here, this is where I got tapped in at. Hardly any drawdown. Hardly any drawdown. Let me look. Exactly. So with this trade, this was $13 a drawdown. Well, actually, it would be $100 pretty much if I use the standard. To, like I said, go up. Like I said, really kill the markets. Boom. $2,500 made quick. Less than, what's this? Hour and 30 minutes. Same thing, boom. When you know, again, this is very advanced for you guys. When you know, you know. Boom. Let's say we got tapped in with this. Roll this all the way up. About $2,600, 6 hours, using a 0.1. If we would have used a standard lot, $26,000 made. Hardly any drawdown, 6 hours and 24 minutes. That's why I say, like, guys, like the people who actually, who are actually trading, look, this was a 3-to-1, quick little 3-to-1. Did this out of session. And I mean, if I would have held it, I mean, this would have been what, 6.71. But yeah, like with that, you guys gotta, like I said, be willing to put in the work. And like I said, the chosen few, like I said, when it comes time January, like we really gonna run those bags up. And that's why I say, like, I really don't want nobody trading. You ain't got 20K, so that is your goal. Take your money, make you about 20 to 30 by December. Need you about 20 to 30. If you got that, you can party with Cardi. You can party with Cardi if you got 20 to 30K. And from there, pretty much, we're really gonna, like I said, catch some of these, what is this? $2,000 a day. Like I said, that's all I want to, get minimum for you guys, $2,000 a day. We're using a 0.5 with this. I mean, shoot, you're looking at damn near, what is that, 18,000. So you're looking at $9,000 pretty much made from here to here, essentially. And that didn't take any time either. I mean, you're looking at, what is this, 24 minutes, make 9K, quick work. But yeah, if anybody no longer, like I said, has any questions, I mean, pretty much, I think we'll end it there and, just go our ways. But like I said,
If you guys have some questions right now, I guess just ask them, or want more clarification of what we went over, expectations going forward. You guys can say those now. All right, well, I guess that's a negative. All right, gang. We might try to meet again tomorrow. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's try to meet again tomorrow. I'll probably say like 9 o'clock this time. And from there, yeah, we try to get ready for Wednesday, to actually start this live trading. And yeah, Ryan, forward me the Rays stuff. And from there, I'll reach out to him.
All right, bet.
You said this is TradingView that you're doing all this in right now, right?
Yes, at the top you see tradingview.com. You need to make your TradingView account. There's a lot of, what is it? A lot of information now online, like how to operate TradingView on YouTube University. You can go on there and tweak with all that. But yeah, it's free to make an account. Like I have a paid service, like mine's was like $600. I got like the top service, but you don't need that. But
I was trying to, like, how when you do your stop loss, it has like the little box that you were doing. I was trying to do it like on the MetaTrader 4. I was following along, kind of playing around with it. And I was trying to, like, I guess, drag my stop loss and stuff like that. But I don't know if it works the same way on mobile or not. I don't think it's.
well, I know on the iPad, if you have an iPad, I trade on my iPad, you can do it.
Yeah, because that's what I'm using right now is the iPad. Because I noticed with the iPad, it seems more kind of like the layout of the PC.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If y'all gonna be trading, if you can't buy a computer, buy iPad. It saves so much time. Like the same thing like that you have to when it comes to closing out a trade with the phone, like you're still gonna have to swipe over with the iPad. But as far as like setting your stop loss and take profit, smooth like butter.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna look up right now.
Yeah, so that's what I would, prefer people to do, like to get that. But if you can't, then I mean I understand. But yeah, we just like I would probably recommend, like I said, you guys to trade on a computer, because at the end of the day, like that's what the professionals are doing, trading on computers. Like that's what you need to trade on a computer, because you see on the video how quickly I exited all those trades.
Yeah.
Edit those trades quick as hell. On the phone, yeah, you could be up $10,000 and have 5 trades open. And by the time you close those 5 trades, you might have only came away with $2,000. Yeah, because computer is the wave. Like anybody not trading on a computer and they doing this like serious full time, yeah, they playing. They not who they say they are. Like they frauds. But yeah, keep looking at the videos, keep rewatching them, and number one, playing with the hardware. Keep playing with MetaTrader on the terminal if you're using a computer. and mobile pretty much if you're using your phone and your iPad.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's going to be like, you have to be able, like I said, to move those stop losses, because if you get in a trade, essentially you can trail your stop loss. And what trailing your stop loss means is, let's say I was in this trade, right? From up. Now let's say that this line right here is my stop loss. Now I can't do it on this, trading view, right? Because like it stops. Like it understands like, okay, this is where you did your entry. I'm not gonna let it go lower. But what you can do on MetaTrader is, once price has pushed down a certain way, because it's gonna gray you out. It's not gonna let you until price pushes down to a certain point. But if price is all the way down, if price is all the way down here, what you can do is you can trail your stop loss. You can also Google this about trailing your stop losses. Also, if you scroll all the way to the top in the group chat, it's up there too. Well, it's not up there for you, Nelly.
Yeah.
We're in the basic, but for the people in the premium, like you can see like videos talking about this. Like this is one thing I do to the T. Like when price is pushing up, is two things that you can do. You can take a partial, and that's in the video of you taking a partial. What a partial means is, hey, I'm securing profit. So if I have where I'm up $20,000, I might want to pull $10,000, off the table and say, hey, if price comes back and knocks me out, I'm okay because I already secured $10,000. So that's what taking a partial is. That's very powerful. You can take partials, hey, you're gonna be good too, but you got to be able to, initiate them things quick. Like I said, when we're trading with the hardware. And you can also, right, instead of taking partials, let's say you want to keep the whole thing instead of just taking half or taking 25%. Let's say you want to pull your stop loss down as price goes in your favor. And what I do is, anytime I see a big push like this, I usually bring my stop loss somewhere half the body of this big push. So we see another big push, right? I move my stop loss down. So I'm constantly trailing. Like as price pushes down, I'm trailing price, right? I'm trailing price. Boom, pushes down. I'm trailing price until maybe let's say this is the stop loss, right? And let's say I done pulled it all the way down here, right? And finally, let's say I get taken out by that little wick right there. Boom, right? And so by me doing that, I essentially banked in, a 3.9 risk to reward ratio right there. But essentially what happened, like, even though I lost, let's say I could have lost this trade, right? And let's say price just like shot up against me, like from there, like let's say that thing just like rocketed off. But what ended up happening, since I ended up trailing my stop loss, I was completely out of my position versus where I would have, let's say, taken a partial. Let's say I took a partial. Let's say with this position right here, let's say I made, let me see. Let's say I made 15,000, right? And let's say with the partial, right? Let's say price pushed all the way down to here. And let's say with the partial, you took 10 grand, right? Because it was half. And let's say the total position was 20 grand, right? Well, by me basically taking the whole thing right here, by me pushing down, let's say price let's say price ended up going from there all the way back to here and smacked your stop loss. So let's say price came all the way back up here and basically tapped you out. So even though you secured 10,000, you also, ended up, let's say, losing 3. Let's say you're risking 3 to make 20. And so from here, by me trailing my stop loss all the way down, yes, I didn't get the full move of what price went down, but what I did do was secure 100% of my profit at this level. So let's say 100% at this level is 15,000, right? So by me essentially doing this, I have just made $5,000 more than I would have by me, only taking, a half of a partial here.
And so it's so many ways to play and like really to maximize the amount that you can get or minimize your losses. Some people, whenever they do a partial, see, this is what some people will do. If they do a partial here, let's say the instance that they do a partial, they pull their stop loss to break even. So if this technically does get hit, they don't lose any money. So remember, I told you made 10,000, but then you lost 3. But basically with this method, you made 10 and you didn't lose any. So you still keep 10. But if you do the trailing stop loss, hey, you make 15. So it's all about how you as a trader, like you manage the trade. Like that's key also. That's like 25, actually that's 40%. 40% of being a successful trader is being able to manage the trade. And so, like I said, that's things that you acquire as time pretty much, goes forward with you being active in these markets, being a student of the game, like knowing, hey, if I see right here, I hit my magical number, like this might have been your magical number up here, this dotted line going across. Let's say you only wanted to make 5,000, right? Let's say you could have put your trailing stop like right above that area, 5,000, boom. Like, okay, I want to make my 5K for the day, I'm good. And then let's say price just fell all the way down. So now you can move it down a little more. And at the end of the day, you done hit your magical number. And then you can say, hey, like I can take a partial right here, or I can, take the whole thing, like whatever I want to do. So it's all about, you being able to manipulate, the game in your favor. And you got, everybody got to know their magical number too. So we'll go over that. And I think what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna go over the account sizes for everybody what they're starting out with and what realistically you should be looking to get out of the market with your account. Because you can want $10,000 a day, but if you're only trading with $500, like the actuality of you doing that, very slim to none. Like me and Ryan were talking about how a guy took, no lie, he took $250 and he made, was it 200, Ryan? I think it was 200. A guy took $200 and he made $500,000 in 6 hours trading.
I thought I was brushing my teeth. It's 200. He did 200.
Yeah, 200 to make 250,000 in 6 hours.
Eating like hell.
Eating. So you can do it. But the same thing that guy, see, it's been about 8 months since he did that, and he hasn't had any luck in trading, right? You like they say, you can't capture lightning in the bottle twice. Like he did it one time and he can't recreate that. The thing is with us, like we want to be able to recreate that. Some people think, okay, 250 is good, but if you're constantly losing, it ain't gonna be too long before when it comes to trading, like that money that you made gonna be gone. If you study incurring loss after loss after loss after loss. So that's why, like I say, you want to minimize the losses, number one, and maximize the gains when it comes to having smashing your TP or hitting your special number. Because as you get that special number, let's say you want $500 a day, times 20 trading days out the month, that's $10,000. So let's say you might have started out with $2,000. And at the end of the month, let's say, hey, well, I was looking at $500, a day. Now I got, an extra $10,000 in my account. Yesterday's price, not today's price. So next month, instead of that 500, you might be looking for 750. Do the same thing. Boom, boom, boom. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Now, instead of 750 the next month, you might be looking for 1,000 a day. And you just keep, steadily increasing, as your account grows. You don't want to be, maxing your account out and you, like I said, have one bad trade go against you. And now you done blown your account. Like you got nothing in your account because you were basically trading, too big of a lot size than what you should have been, trading with your account. So it's all about being smart, risk management, number one. But yeah, that's what we're pretty much going to go over tomorrow, guys. But as this video chops up,
I know it's a pretty long video. I think almost 2 hours, coming on 2 hours maybe. But yeah, just rewatch this, a few times. And same thing about the previous videos, and try to get hold to those books if you can, that I dropped in the group chat, so you guys can also, go up. And like I said, get your mental sharp, because it all, starts with, a thought. And after that, you got to put the action to it. But first, you got to, mentally train ourselves. And, then as we envision ourselves getting the money, we know the plan, we'll be able to follow through and execute. And at that point, it's just a dedication pretty much. It's just, waking up every day, being consistent. After that, like, eventually you'll become a monster. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. Well, actually, we're gonna start at 9 o'clock instead of like I said, as late as we did, but that was my fault. But we're gonna, like I said, see each other tomorrow. And like I said, if you have any questions, like after you don't watch this, maybe a few times, hit my line. But all right, gang, everybody, y'all have a great night in this thing.
My boy.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Did it, shit win. Oh, Lord. Boom, boom, boom.